One of the questions I get asked most often is, Hilary, if I become a client, will I be working directly with you? And the answer is yes. I still meet with clients all the time, and you'll likely meet with me at some point during our relationship, but you won't see me in every meeting. That's definitely by design, and it's not because I've stepped away from clients. It's actually quite the opposite. One of the greatest joys of my life and my career has been the relationships I've built with clients over the years. I continue to find that deeply fulfilling. But as Hendershott Wealth Management has grown, so has my role. Over the years, my team and I have worked incredibly hard to build a planning process, a client experience, and a philosophy of advice that we all share. So even when I'm not sitting in the room, the way my team thinks, the questions we ask, and the planning and strategic recommendations we make are remarkably consistent across the firm. And that makes us really unique. So today, I want to pull back the curtain on how we've intentionally built Hendershott Wealth Management, why I believe it's one of the reasons our clients receive better advice. Hi, I'm Hilary Hendershott. I'm the founder of Hendershott Wealth Management. We publish content to help you strengthen your financial life, grow your net worth, and make confident financial decisions. If that's the kind of guidance you're looking for, take a minute and subscribe. Today, I want to pull back the curtain on how we've intentionally built Hendershott Wealth as we've grown and why that benefits every client we serve. So, when I started the firm, of course, I did everything. I met with every client, built every financial plan. I ran the business. I led the marketing. I made every decision. And that worked. And of course, that's how you have to do it when the firm was small. But as we grew, I found myself trying to hold more and more in my head. I really believed that if I wasn't personally involved in everything, somehow our clients wouldn't be getting what they paid for, what they wanted. But then I realized something that changed how I think about leadership. Of course, one of the things we help clients do is reduce single points of failure. You don't want your financial life to depend on one investment, one source of income, or one strategy. And I realized that the same principle applies to wealth management firms. If your experience depends on one advisor always being available, that's a fragile business model. And I did not want to build a fragile firm. I wanted to build a resilient one. And life has tested that philosophy more than once. There have been seasons when I had to step away unexpectedly for extended periods to focus on my family's health. And because we've built an exceptional firm and team, instead of a company centered around one person, our clients continued to receive consistent and outstanding advice and service. That was not luck. It was exactly the kind of firm I intended to build. And that doesn't mean I disappeared from client relationships. Far from it. I still meet with clients all the time. One of the greatest joys of my career is watching my clients' lives evolve over time. I love to see them retire with confidence and make thoughtful decisions to pursue meaningful goals and to truly enjoy the lives they've worked so hard to build. But today, I also spend a great deal of my time doing work that benefits every client, not just the ones sitting across from me. I develop our advisors. I improve our client experience. I create educational resources like this and continually refine the planning's philosophy, strategic recommendations, and client experience that guide everything we do. When I improve one of these things, every client benefits. In other words, the work I do today influences every client relationship. It just happens in a different way than it did 15 years ago. When a new client joins HWM, we thoughtfully pair them with one of our lead advisors. Sometimes there's a natural fit because of a particular area of experience, but for many of our clients, any of our lead advisors would be an excellent fit. What's much more important than any one specialty is that every advisor shares the same planning philosophy, the same investment philosophy, and the same commitment to delivering an exceptional client experience. Delivering a remarkably consistent client experience doesn't happen by accident. It's something we've spent years intentionally building. We've invested thousands of hours developing our planning philosophy, refining our client experience, training our advisors, and creating systems, standards, and collaborative processes that help ensure Every client receives the same thoughtful, high quality advice and care. There's another reason this model is better for our clients. The very best financial advisors don't choose this profession because they love spreadsheets or investment reports. They choose it because they genuinely love walking alongside people as their lives unfold, celebrating victories, helping them navigate the challenges, and watching them build lives that are richer, more meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. If every client relationship had to flow through me forever, I would not be able to attract and retain exceptional advisors who are passionate about building those kinds of relationships with clients. Instead, we've built a firm where exceptional advisors are empowered to develop deep, long term relationships with clients that are built on trust, mutual appreciation, and a genuine commitment to helping them live richer, more fulfilling lives, all while working within a culture of collaboration, shared standards, continuous learning, and genuine care for the people we serve. The result is that your experience doesn't depend on one person's availability. You have an advisor who knows you personally, a team that's collaborating behind the scenes, and a firm that's continually learning, improving, and investing in serving you even better. To me, that's what a great wealth management firm looks like. It's resilient. It's built to be there for you no matter what life brings, and it's built to serve you exceptionally well for decades to come. If you're thinking about your next financial chapter and want a partner who looks at the full picture, not just your investments, we'd love to connect. We're a fee only fiduciary team focused on after tax outcomes and long term planning, helping our clients keep more of what they earn so their money can support the life they're building. If that sounds like the kind of guidance you're looking for, you can schedule a complimentary conversation with one of my lead advisors by visiting hendershottwealth.com/contact to see if our approach is the right fit for you.